abusuansi si ade NPP for e wo mu leader 2028 obe lead omo e de omo akọ elections no Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia sanso na currently amene mo kasa nso NDC amanyoko no leaders ni bi ewo mgu so omo boabo omo ho se de be omo be lead NDC amanyoko no in 2028 elections. It is so far the edin bebre na aba out according to leaders bi ewo NDC amanyoko no mo chese saa edin no na enye den a emu baako ebewie ni 2028 NDC for presidential primaries no ababe lead NDC amanyoko no. Enti currently the edin bi ti say wanabo Asiedu Nketia national chairman sanso na Kesel Atoforsen finance minister ono so na temporary minister of defense edema oman Ghana na ese ono so bo ne homodin yi a enya asem ketwa na post bebre na aba na concerning the obewi ni NDC amanyoko no de aba be face Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia amanfo de mu post bebre aba ebi bo ho no mo a na Asiedu Nketia na lead ebi wo so a na Kesel Atoforsen na lead na final poll aba no between leader obe lead NDC amanyoko no ene Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia omaye post de ama sampanifo we nti either Kesel Atoforsen or Asiedu Nketia because it is believed say omo ene the leading candidate in 2028 no omo be lead NDC amanyoko no mu baako na definitely omo be lead NDC amanyoko no na leaders bi ti say omo keka ho no nso ewa ase honom enti between Atoforsen ene Asiedu Nketia no de oba be face Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia how elections ne be kono eno ho po na aba be to abonti asese de ano ayedin ye na pa na po no it is believed say NDC amanyoko no say de omo be go through problems pa in 2028 elections so ma hwe ye dia and the 2028 elections nempo omuntimi enwi ni based on performance currently His Excellency John Dramani Mahama put it out in the science wo ho no ma kire say 2028 elections no gradually yi anase twe no the free NDC amanyoko no ensem tienko na yenko tie post ni mu asem ne hwe vote anase percentage ahodo a sampanifo nyina yi ye de omo compare Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia percentage ahodo a mpanifo ni nyina benya as against Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia ono so percentage in 2028 elections nsenka ye ne ene eto abana omo bia no ebenya yenko ne emra
yo mama paba about global politics and Monday 2026 you share some data be released here in the March poll no? A different angle a number of candidates against Dr. Bawumia and then we share the NDC frontrunners Dr. Atoforsen and Johnson Asiedu Nketia any modern bar ombo against Bawumia any omoamosi omo MPP for NDC for floating voters for UP for alisno one omotoma na sign ban ye hu ewo this data mo first you hear Atoforsen ni Dr. Bawumia in the poll no na Atoforsen lead Bawumia 55% Bawumia ewo 37% na you share post no or the data no e kire say 7% of MPP Oma so me MPP for 7% say ombeto ma Atoforsen but 89% say ombeto ama MPP candidate Bawumia but 3% say ombeto ama Alanchira Martin anana kwa mbidia na wo ba NDC for no emu 85% say ombeto ama Atoforsen but emu 8% say ombeto ama Bawumia nti hwia NDC for do na ombeto ama Bawumia na edo swaka eche MPP ombeto ama Atoforsen ena ito so mienu so no MPP NDC for motuma Alanchira Martin ene nana kwa mbidia ko e wo soro 7% but MPP for no 3% we say all is not well NDC at the moment in terms of their 2020 outlook. Omunye very united behind their own. But we share floating voters no among floating for no 48 say on beto ama to force and 43 say on beto ama Bawumia 9% say on beto ama be dia ko Alex Martin any omama kan. But about UP for no Alex Martin party no emu 23% say on beto ama to force UP for no and emu 18 say on beto ama Bawumia but 59 say on beto ama Alex Martin. Oba omama smaller parties no emu ache at force 31%. About 31%, but 38% say on beto other parties and so anyone. But almost party entry or entry a move 52% say on beto ama to force 34 say on beto ama Bawumia and 14 say on beto ama Alex Martin be there any omo amaka. But now so we Asiedu Nketia is serious no now we as we are to force is in chain now the Asiedu Nketia is more a consent. The balance annual MPP for Motuma Asiedu Nketia 4% per Eswati from 7%. And MP for Motuma Bawumia Osro from 89 to 93%. And Oma Motuma Alex Martin Bidakono and Sisai 3%. With S2 science said MPP for about 12 times no soon pa Oma Motuma Asiedu Nketia from this data. And even NDC for emu 84% say ombeto ama Asiedu Nketia, but 9% say ombeto ama Bawumia. Inti you share MPP were advantage among omo profit omo party mo eko hakoto aba 4% minus 9%, so plus 5 advantage for Bawumia against Asiedu Nketia. Na oba omo say ombeto ama other parties no 7% NDC4. But Asiedu Nketia among floating voters 41%, Bawumia 45%, 30% say ombeto ama before. UP4 no 21 say ombeto ama to force Asiedu Nketia, sorry. 17 say ombeto ama Bawumia and 62 say ombeto ama Alex Martin, a lot more. But omama other parties no Asiedu Nketia 29%, Bawumia 30%, but Alex Martin be there for the rest 41%. Omonka party entry one so Asiedu Nketia 46%, Bawumia 35%, and 19% say ombeto ama other candidates. Into share race no very fascinating. Bet you see the amount for being at the moment. These numbers could change over time, but we are monitoring. So what we can say is that say after forcing NDC follow do one at tuma NDC candidate in a change Asiedu Nketia. And say after forcing so MPP for do one tuma after forcing change against Asiedu Nketia. And among floating voters no after forcing any more from floating for no a change Asiedu Nketia. And among omonka party no after forcing any more change Asiedu Nketia. But Bawumia is doing very well against Asiedu Nketia. If you did one, and it shows overall no, there are some cracks within NDC front. Ekotoa Banua about Ushe at forcing near Bawumia about 12% of NDC4 either say Omotuma Bawumia and I say Omotuma other candidate 15% Omotuma Bawumia and other candidate. And over against at forcing Asiedu Nketia as well. About 16% of NDC4 Omotuma Bawumia and other candidates. This should say all is not well at the moment. But these things will change as race no it could be now NDC4 year power will begin to see alignment and firming of these numbers. Numbers engineers are better going forward. Yeah, that's it. Here we're focusing on the two NDC frontrunners if they come face to face with Dr. Bawumia in 2028. Let's look at the polls from that data. Among voters, 55% of them said they would vote for Atufosin, and 37% would vote for Dr. Bawumia. But against Asiedu Nketia, is 51% and Bawumia 39%. What we've done this morning is to look at the party affiliation among those who are voting in the Bawumia Atufosin case. How many MPP people are voting for Atufosin? and how many are voting for Bawumia? How many NDC is voting for Atuforsen, and how many voting for Dr. Bawumia? What about floating voters? What about UP supporters? What about the other political party supporters? And what about those who don't tell us the party they belong to? Now, from the data, we can see that 7% of the MPP voters say they would vote for Atuforsen, 7%. And 89% of MPP voters would vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. But 3% would vote for Alan Martin, Nana Kwame and the rest. When we come to the NDC, only 85% said they would vote for Atuforsen. 85%. But in the MPP, it was 89%. 80% of NDC voters said they would vote for Dr. Bawumia. And 7% said they would vote for Alan Martin, Nana Kwame and the rest. So we could see that about 15% of NDC voters are not behind their candidate. Whereas in the MPP, it's about 11%, not behind the candidate. So MPP appear to be more united behind their candidate than NDC is at the moment. Now, if you look at the floating voters, 48% of them say they will vote for Atuforsen, 43% would vote for Mahmoud Bawumia, and 9% would vote for other candidates. When it comes to UP people, 23% of UP supporters would vote for Atuforsen and 18% would vote for Bawumia. But 59% would vote for Alan Martin. For those who are supporting the other political parties, 31% would vote for Atuforsen. Another 31 would vote for Bawumia. And another 38 said they would vote for the Alan Martin, Nana Kwame and the rest. However, when you come to those who say we won't tell you our party affiliation, 52% of them said they would vote for Atuforsen. 34% would vote for Asiedu Bawumia, and 14% would vote for other candidates. Interesting stuff. Now, assuming it is Asiedu Nketia and Dr. Bawumia, here only 4% of MPP people will now vote for Asiedu Nketia against Bawumia. Atuforsen was 7%, but Asiedu Nketia is less, 4%. And 93% of MPP people will vote for Bawumia against Asiedu Nketia. And 3% will switch camp to other parties. So here we can see that a lot more of the MPP voters support Atuforsen than they will support Asiedu Nketia. Now, when it comes to NDC voters, this is also getting very tricky. Against Bawumia, very fewer NDC people are voting for Asiedu Nketia. Surprising, isn't it? 84% of NDC voters would vote for Asiedu Nketia against Bawumia. And those who are NDC that would vote for Bawumia has gone up from 7%, from 8% to 9%. So a lot more of NDC people will vote for Bawumia against Atuforsen. And the same 7% would vote for Alan Martin and Nana Kwame. When it comes to UP people, 21% said they would vote for Asiedu Nketia, 17% for Bawumia, and 62% for Alan Martin. When it is against Asiedu Nketia, Alan Martin and Bawumia, Alan Martin gets more of his voters voting for him than it was under Atuforsen. Now, when it comes to floating voters, among floating voters, for the first time, MPP candidate Bawumia is leading Asiedu Nketia among floating voters. Bawumia gets 45%, Asiedu Nketia 41%, and 13% said they would vote for other candidates. When it comes to the other political parties, 29% would vote for Asiedu Nketia, 30% would vote for Bawumia, almost tied, and 41% would vote for other candidates. For those who say they won't tell us their party affiliation, Asiedu Nketia leads 46%, Bawumia 35%, and 19% would vote for other candidates. So these are the kind of current insights, some of it shocking and surprising, that we've just gleaned from the March poll. Follow us for more insight, unbiased, objective, scientific polls coming from Global Informatics. Thank you, and bye-bye.
I want to tell President John Dramani Mahama, your president, and we started that conversation on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, politicians in Siadie,
They don't learn.
they don't learn. And you see, like I've said on Facebook, a bad optics for President John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How?
But you see, they are now we are hand time with position and said the people around you no catch us said the way any.
Oh, okay.
Time dia now bones the president what to swa ye mau ye demigod. And that's why I am always careful. I've said say president bia no de mau or life. And I say we shall see elusu
goodwill.
A goodwill no. When the people around you aye with demigod and then you do with demigod.
Ah, demigod nature say.
Demigod is aye nyame. Yentimi nka wasem.
Okay.
That was the point he drew Nana Akufo-Addo to ni nka nasem. And that is what is happening with John Dramani Mahama with this issue. I am disappointed in him and I'm disappointed with sir or allow in the name of the law. Sure, there are certain things sir. And you apply you. What you say law ni nipa. But there are certain issues, sir.
Common sense must apply.
Common sense must apply. Oh, sir, I do me, you do me, I will do you kind of politics, no. Nipa no se ususu se wafa obi bia ye nkoni room e nkrasesem.
Hey.
E nkrasesem yoko e BNI ni ya be bu dan mu. This thing NDC ni MPP for nyina yes handsome hunu ni bi.
Emra ne mom kwa so be sa.
Tie.
Ni tie.
So uhia me a you invite the person. Maso Kofi Juma 70 years over. Okwo hen or a known person wa bobra. Enti uhia na catch so ba na oma. What you say?
Yeah.
Do you need to ransack the place? Waba you want to search warrants? What you say?
Yeah.
Open because on our power. And just that time, what a politician won't see there. And Kasabi, Sanka we are bay, Obesenkame. Me, I've been a victim.
Oh, really?
But you know how I suffered on the MPP.
I do for that, yes.
You know it.
But ideally, can you go so
ideally, I shouldn't, but my principle is that allow people to express themselves.
What is wrong is wrong.
What is wrong is wrong. That is the principle. I will not support anything just because say MPP for DBD minti no say abaya sesania resetia onso kwa yes anyoma na ye e tire say that's what no ko buni dey no akoye say o ya akokra one hwe ekura bi beto ne so
yeah
e dey no
trauma
e dey no
because you be because we from Mahama hu be say enyo
no he is what does the law say? Everything that happens President John Mahama
no he is